So welcome back, my name is Rodney and this is Quick Spot Home. This video is all about Harry Potter portrait. Well, if you didn't know, a good friend of mine, Trevor Bolder, is doing a series of wizarding portraits that include some of your favourite bloggers and YouTubers and creators and prop makers and everybody in the Harry Potter community. And little old me got to be a part of that series, which I am totally humbled by. So if you'd like to see showcased all of the ones that have happened so far to this day, including my own one, then stay tuned for the video. If you're looking to have your own Harry Potter portrait done, then I'll leave Trevor's link in the description bar below, which you can contact him. He does take commissions, so if you want to have your own magical kind of portrait, then just contact him and see what he can sort out for you. I'll also include the links to his Patreon as well, so if you want to support the project, if you don't necessarily want to be in the portrait, as well as the links of all the people that have been featured so far. But let's get on with the first portrait, which is, where it all began, is Harry. Harry is a writer and a photographer, and is helping Xavier with this project in general. He's like a very good wizarding helper. You can see that they're based on the character themselves, of what's its influenced by them, what's their hobby, what's their story. It's all about that. So Xavier doesn't just take his own idea and have the person model it. He kind of works it around the person and what's about them. The next portrait is of Oliver Dodd, which I'm sure you would have stumbled across his social media account at one point, because he is the owner of one of the most magical shops in the UK, Oliver's Brighton. Portrayed as a magical merchant selling wizarding wares and all the bits and bobs that you would imagine that a wizard might sell and buy. If you've not made it down to Brighton yet, or if you're in Brighton and didn't know about his shop, then what the hell are you waiting for? Go down and visit his shop. He does accept Muggle money and wizard money. The next portrait is of Greg, which I'm sure you all know is known on social media as the Greg Who Lived. Portrayed as a collector of magical artifacts, he has an amazing collection of Wizarding World, Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts artifacts, like so much stuff. Like, I don't know how much stuff he has, but he's showcasing them all, and portrayed as obviously having the Philosopher's Stone, which to Americans I'm sure you know is the Philosopher's Stone, but I won't. Yeah, that's that. But yeah, he has an incredible collection. The next portrait is of a magical explorer, which I'm sure you will know on social media as Will Gifford. He has an amazing account and he travels all over the place and takes these in situ photos of him doing his magical things in all the places. He's been to so many locations, so many that I haven't even been to yet. I get so much inspiration from the photos that he takes, so I can definitely see why he was portrayed as an explorer in this. This next magical portrait is Merriwald. Portrayed as a fortune teller, Merriwald has a passion for horoscopes and astrology, which is reflected on her beautiful planners via basic hexes. So her undercover non-magical account is Merriwald, and then her wizarding account is basic hexes. She's kind of into the more dark and mystical kind of parts of magic, which I can totally see why they are so interesting. But this is her portrait and how beautiful it is. This next portrait is Shauna from Weasley book. Now, you would have heard on this and any of my other videos that I would have talked about Weasley's book, or Shauna, before. She's a very close friend of mine, and this is her portrait. Portrayed as a storyteller, reading the tales of Beedle the Bard, Shauna runs a personal blog where she tells us all about Harry Potter, merchandise, Harry Potter things to do, places to visit, and even interviews with Fantastic Beasts cast members. Portrayed as a female narrator, because she was able to write these fantastic blog articles about all of her Harry Potter magical adventures, and some of them I even get to partake in with her as well, because we're either at the same event or we've organised to go together. Very close friend of mine, and this is her beautiful magical portrait, which actually is one of my favourites. So next portrait is of Hannah, which is portrayed as an art historian. Hannah has such an unconditional love for the arts that she carries around her time turner to be able to attend as many classes as possible, or even go back in time to learn it firsthand from the ancient Romans. She's actually recently combined her art studies with her magical job at Oliver's Brighton, so she's actually a magical witch that works at a magical shop in Brighton. I know, right? Isn't she living the wizard lifestyle that we all want? All across the pond, mingling with the No-Mages over in America, are a magical couple who's known as Michael R. Burson and Hobbit Party, his wife Hayley Burson, Portrayed as tailors, Michael and Hayley are one of the most talented cosplay couples out there. From Newt and Tina to James and Lily Potter, they can transform themselves into a diversity of Harry Potter characters by hand making every outfit. You'll actually see in this portrait he's wearing a blue, looks like a waistcoat or like vest as you call it in America, or it could actually be more like a doublet or doublet in the medieval terms. But he handmade this and is to replicate the Ravenclaw common room, which I just think is incredible. Next portrait is Laura from, I'm sure you know, is Books for Laura or Laura's Always Pottering on YouTube. Portrayed as a female warrior on her YouTube channel, Laura has talked about her experience with fighting and overcoming bullying. She's shown us that despite the bullying some of us have suffered in school, we must stay strong and close to the ones we love, and life will end up smiling back at you. I feel this story is such a wonderful story about empowerment and about overcoming challenges. It's just a fantastic way to display this character. This next portrait is of Natasha. Portrayed as a herbologist, Natasha could actually be a real herbology teacher. Her knowledge and love of plants is enviable. She's actually a super talented graphic designer, and you can check out her drawings over on the magical partnership of Zentorius, which is a magical combination of two people creating magic. This next portrait is of Joel. Portrayed as a baker, Joel isn't just a super talented wizard in photography, but also in the kitchen. As a photographer, he creates some of the most beautiful Harry Potter portraiture that I've seen. As well as a baker, such yummy recipes, including his own version of the butterbeer ice cream. So check that out if you want some of that. This next portrait is of Alvaro. Portrayed as a magizoologist, Alvaro isn't only a fan of any kind of creature or beast, but he actually creates his own ones. I had the fortune of meeting him when he came all the way from Spain with his magical suitcase with all his magical beasts inside, and he creates such intricate and amazing pieces, right, of his own creation, magical folklore fairy tale, and because he's so skilled, was able to replicate fantastic beasts as well, which you can see from this portrait, the level of detail was beyond. Like, I've never seen such incredible creations. They are just mind-blowing. Like, I wish I could own them, but unfortunately can't sell these magical beasts because of copyright reasons. But if you want to check out all those other creations that he creates, then check out the link below. I may include the picture in this video so you can see, and it was an amazing time to have my own Harry Potter portrait made. It was just like such a magical experience. I'm so humbled to be included amongst all these major accounts, right? Like, I am such a small fry, like, compared to anyone, so I'm very, very humbled that I was able to be included in this, so thank you very much. And if you'd like to get your own one, then check out the links in the description bar and contact Chavi, because if you want to have your own one made, he does do commissions, so it's not just it's kept to people that he's chosen. Just contact him and see what he can do, and he can arrange whatever magic happens around him. He is a magical individual, so check him out. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning about my Harry Potter portrait. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe for more of the same Wizarding World content. You can do that by clicking on that box over there. And if you missed my last video, you can find that by clicking on that box over there. And as I'm portraying every day, the Wizarding World is just one spell away.